guys doing tonight? This is Adam here with Justin. Justin's a rookie to the post-game recap. We had our first full week of competition. What'd you expect? We had 4 games, 8 teams playing. Kind of unusual. We don't have this many teams usually. We have 9 total. What'd you expect coming in?
Well, I expected a good amount of competition among a majority of the games. You always know that there's lesser teams in a league, and with the lesser teams, you sort of got what you expected, which was not many people playing, and the people that did play are not up to the level of the other teams.
Well, let's go right into the first game. You were on the side of Disrespected, taking on Free World. Talk to me about that contest. Disrespected ran away with it pretty early. I think they were up 32-2.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But they made it respectable, I would say.
Yeah, no, they fought back. I mean, they started off. They were down a guy to start off for a good 5-10 minutes. They were down. It wasn't really close. But even Disrespected, some of the players I think have played together before on other lesser teams. Okay. So I mean, they had a little bit of a
cohesion.
Yeah. So I mean, you could see it working, and they knew their roles right away. They knew who the point guard was. They knew who the center was.
Who do you think shined for that team on Disrespected? How'd Gail play? Gail always brings it.
Gail played well. You can tell she knew how to use the floor. She knew how to space herself. She knew how to work in the post, how to take advantage of the undersized man, and how to step out and get her teammates involved when the defense collapsed on her.
On the other side, we had Monstars taking on Hugs and Kisses. This was going to be a good matchup because we have a new guy, Jesse Steele, to the league.
Okay.
And he was supposed to match up well versus McPherson. McPherson got hurt midway through the first half, hurt his hip and would not return, but Jesse Steele scored over 45 points tonight. And they took this game, I'm not going to say easily because it was 77-70, but I think they were in firm control the whole game. Talk to me about, Wayne. How have you seen Wayne grown over the last, 6 months to a year? And, grown, in in a basketball sense.
Well, I mean, he's done a very good job of getting into better shape. And since he's gotten into better shape, he's been quicker, sleeker, and better with the ball on all around as opposed to just being in the post.
Okay.
And you could see his defense has vastly improved because he's able to block more shots.
Yeah,
and just cover a lot more area from side to side.
All right, so the next game we're going to talk about, we had Vivid Solar taking on Straight Raw. Vivid Solar is a big group of guys. They've played together for a while, different states. Taking on a splice together, Straight Raw. You covered this game. Give me a little summary of what happened, or what didn't happen, really.
You can tell Vivid Solar has played together for a while. They jumped out quick. They had it up to 25 at one point, and Straight Raw made a good push. They got it down to, I think, as many as 11 by hitting a couple threes back-to-back, playing some good defense. Vivid Solar got a little sloppy midway through the second half just because they thought they had it in firm control, but as soon as it got within reach, they put it back up by 20.
Vivid Solar had 4 guys with double-digit rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the numbers could be a little skewed just from the sense that Straight Raw was shooting a lot of threes because everybody knows Vivid Solar is one of the most physical teams, if not the most physical. So, I mean, trying to bang with them down low isn't really going to help. So you're going to have to try to stretch them to slash and cut to the basket.
Yep.
And if you're not hitting your threes, it's going to be a long night. And the piece together, Straight Raw found that one out pretty quickly.
Yeah. And the final game was Quiet Storm taking on Rock Nation. Quiet Storm, a.k.a. 9450, they revamped their team. They were 1-0. They beat the Monstars last week, taking on Rock Nation, who, for what it's worth, they had a bit of an off season in the summer, but they came back with their team, and they've added Quash. This was the game of the night. It was a 1-point game, 1 or 2 point game throughout the whole entire night. It was 63-62 in favor of Quiet Storm, and they went on a 10-2 run to end the game. A lot of that was foul shots, but you had double-digit rebounds from Hendershot, Q, and Damien. You had Damien really controlled, Chris Hendershot really controlled the game. He was able to, for what it's worth, Rob Sargent scored a lot of points, but when it mattered, Hendershot and Damien stepped up. Q didn't have a good game, but defensively he played pretty well. And I think they were missing Onaje, and they're missing Chris Harvell. You've seen Chris Harvell play. Talk to me about the difference maker he can be for a team like Rock Nation.
Well, for against a team like Quiet Storm, Chris is a very important piece. At one time, Quiet Storm, which was 9450, had a lot of the same players that eventually dispersed to other teams since they were really running the league for a good majority of the time. So Chris, against 9450, against Quiet Storm, would slow the pace down, get everybody involved, and find different.
He's like a general.
Yeah,
floor general.
He's pretty important to controlling the pace.
Yep.
Because after a while, he's able to tell if the team is able to play quick against the opponent or slow it down, find the correct angles, get everybody in the right situation. And he's a very good general, like you said, on the court. It works well with the other components that they have.
Now, Eddie's team, UOENO, won big last week. They beat the Monstars. Quiet Storm actually beat Vivid Solar, so I mixed those up. But out of the 8 teams that played tonight, who would you say the top contenders are out of these 8 teams?
Out of the 8 teams to play tonight?
Yep.
Probably Quiet Storm and Vivid Solar.
Okay.
I just think they match up pretty well.
They match up well, yeah. Quiet Storm snuck out a win last week against Vivid Solar. I would have to say Quiet Storm and Rock Nation right now. Well, it depends on how Rock Nation plays against Vivid Solar, but hugs and kisses. That guy Jesse Steele. If he could put up 45 every game, they're always gonna have a chance. So
yeah, no, he's gonna be an interesting player to watch.
Next week will be interesting. So Justin, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Appreciate it, and have a good night.